everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so the products that I use you can purchase from my online store. That's at the top of the screen, and it's also linked below. My project today is a 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 by 3/4 inch crayon box. And you open it up, and inside I have an 8-pack of crayons, and I have 75, almost 75 pieces of little paper that I actually cut it from this pad here. It was from the Dollar Tree. It's nice paper. It's not as thin as usual, and it's nice and white. And it says Sustainable Forestry Initiative on it, which is good. And what I did is, you can get 4 of these packs of paper out of one of these. So I counted off 37 sheets, and then I cut them exactly in half, which means that they're 3 inches by 4 inches, because this is a 6 by 4 inch pad. And I just took a few at a time because they're thin, and I cut them. But you could do the method with your knife, and you put a ruler here at 3 inches and then just cut it down. But I thought it was quicker before I found all that stuff, I was just going to cut it with the cutter. Alrighty, so this is $1.25 from the Dollar Tree. These were $1.25 from the Dollar Tree. And if you're going to do a bunch to give out to a class, you could just use the 24 packs that become very cheap in September. They're usually 50 cents a package, and just give them 8 crayons, maybe put a belly band on them or something, or just put them in. You could probably fit 10. That's 8, so 9 or 10 crayons around across would fit. I used the Glad We're Friends stamp set, which is in the new catalog. It's the little kitty here, and A Friend Like You comes along only once in 9 lives. Alrighty? So I thought that was the cutest. I made a little orange cat like I had when I was little. Had an orange cat and a black cat. we had ducks, we had birds, we had fish, we had everything when I was little. I also used the All That dies to cut out the image. And for this outer rectangle, the stitched rectangle is from the rectangle stitched dies. But you don't have to use all the dies that I have, even the image that I have. The stitched rectangle is approximately 3 1/2 by 2 1/4. Alrighty, so you could just cut out a piece of cardstock like that. Alrighty, so my host code for May is right here. If you spend under $150, put the host code in and you'll get a little gift from me. Okay, so what we need from this is a piece of Parakeet Party, and I just realized the last project I did was Parakeet Party 2. Sorry about that. I'll change it up a little bit soon. I've just been liking how the paper goes with Parakeet Party. This piece is 11 by 6 3/4, and then we need 3 larger pieces of DSP. 2 of 2 different. This one is from the In Color DSP of Parakeet Party, and this one is from Butterfly Kisses. So we need 2 pieces that are 3 by 4. We need 1 piece, and that's for the front and the inside here. And then we need a little bit smaller piece here of the same as the front cover, which is 2 3/4 by 4. And that goes in there. Okay, and then we need 2 longer pieces for the long sides, and they are 1/2 by 4. And for the short sides, we need 3 by 1/2. Alright, so that's all the pieces of that we need. And we also need that stitched rectangle out of the In Color DSP, and it's approximately 3 1/2 by 2 1/4. Alrighty, and some basic weight for stamping. I forgot to get a little piece out. Alright, I'm going to get my Simply Scored, and we're going to start on the 11-inch side. And we're going to score at 3 1/4. Oh, goodness gracious. 3 1/4, 4, 7 1/4, and 8. And we're going to turn it to the 6 3/4 side, and we're going to score at 1/2, 1 1/4, 5 1/2, and 6 1/4. Okay. Now I'm just going to fold and burnish. And while I'm folding and burnishing, don't forget that till May 31st, you can join as a demonstrator. You don't have to do demonstrations. You can just join for the offer or join for the 20% discount while you're still active. And you get, for $99 plus free shipping, you get $125 worth of products that you pick, and then they're automatically going to send you the 5 in color inks, a pack of in color cardstock, and a pack of the in color DSP that is like this here. All right, so it's a pretty good deal. It's $191.50 in products for $99 and free shipping. So that's excellent. Okay, so we have a 3-inch piece rectangle right here and a 3 1/4. It really doesn't matter because all we're cutting this basically the same. And this is what we're going to do. All right, we're going to get rid of these rectangles in all the corners and then wedge these into tabs, and we're keeping everything on right here. All right, so we're going to start on the left-hand side. The skinniest rectangles are on the top and the bottom. Okay, I'm going to go over to the first score line, cut it up to the second score line, and get rid of all this. Okay, go to the next score line and cut it to the second score line. Get rid of this bit on the bottom, and then wedge our square. Okay, we're going to leave these 2 rectangles alone, so go to the next score line and cut up to the second. Next score line, cut up to the second. Get rid of this rectangle on the bottom, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, and then we're going to get rid of these 2 rectangles here. Okay, so that's one side. We're going to turn it around 180, and we're going to start on the left again. And we're going to go to the first score line, cut it straight up to the second score line, and get rid of these 2. Okay, go to the next score line and cut up to the second. Get rid of this rectangle on the bottom and wedge both sides of the square. We're going to leave these 2 alone. So go over to the next score line, cut up to the second score line, next score line, cut up to the second score line. Get rid of this rectangle on the bottom, and then wedge both sides of the square. All right, and then we're just going to cut these last 2 rectangles off. Okay, and that's what we have so far. Alrighty. Okay, now we need a corner rounder, and we're going to round all these corners and these corners. Okay, anything that's a corner that's not a tab, we're going to round. And this one is a 1/2 inch, but you could use any corner rounder you have. And that's what your cardstock should look like after you've scored it, cut it, and rounded all the corners. Now we need our tear-in tape, and we're going to put 2 pieces on each tab, one close to the score line and one close to the edge. Okay, and I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool to take off the backings, and we're going to put these tabs, all 4 of them, towards the middle. Okay, roll back any pieces that are hanging out of glue. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the score line on the tab and match it with this inner rectangle here, just like that, so this extra piece is free. Okay, and then the other ones. Alrighty, same thing. The score line on the tab straight with this piece right here. Okay. And that's your basic box right there. Okay. Alrighty, now we need our DSP. Alright, and all the 3 bigger pieces, we have to round one side because they're all going to have an edge that has one side rounded. So I'm just going to do one side that is a long side, okay? And then I'm going to take liquid glue and put them on. All right, and then this piece that is the same type goes on the shorter flap, okay, this inside flap. So we're going to be rounding the one side of the long side again, and it's going to go towards the left. Okay, and then this piece that is, I forgot to tell you, these 2 pieces here for the top flap are 3 by 4, and this piece that's on the inside is 2 3/4 by 4. So this one needs to be rounded also on one side. Okay, and that's going to go right in here. And you could write a little sentiment if you want to whoever you're giving it to. Or you could just leave it plain or put another one of the images on the inside. You can always take away something or add more. Okay. And now let's just let that dry a minute. All right, now, oh, wait, no, sorry. I have to put my long sides and my short sides. And the long sides are 1/2 by 4. They go here and here. And the short sides are 3 by 1/2. And they're here and here. Okay, now we're going to do our stamping. Okay. And we need our piece of basic white, and it is going to go into this frame. So just make sure you leave enough room for the frame to fit when you stamp your image. All right, and I'm going to use the little cat. And then we need our piece of a stitched rectangle that is approximately 3.5 by 2 1/4, and this is from the In Color DSP, and I'm going to put the sentiment on the bottom here. Now I'm just going to cut out my image and I'll be right back. Okay, there's our kitty. And now we're going to do a little bit of coloring. I do very simple coloring. I don't get really intricate into it. So first, let's use some dark pumpkin pie, and I'm going to do the outer ears, or actually the inside of the ears. Okay, and then I'm going to do along the edges of the legs where the tail hits the body and the bottom part of the tail. Okay, and then with light pumpkin pie, I'm just going to color the rest. I'm going to stay away from the nose though, so that little highlight in the nose shows. Okay, and then I'm going to take some light Flirty Flamingo. I'm just going to put 2 circles on the cheeks. And then I'm just going to go over them just a little bit, just to blend them a little. Okay, and then I'm going to use dark Daffodil Delight for the crown. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to get my light pool party marker, and I'm just going to go around the edge to just create a little bit of a shadow. There we go. Alrighty, now we're just going to glue our rectangle right on the front like this. You could use dimensionals, but since it's a coloring box, I wanted less pieces to tear off as possible in case it got caught. I'm just going to try to center this, and then I'm going to glue on the cat label. Alright, and then we need some of the 5/8 inch adhesive Velcro dots. They're in the sewing section of your stores. And just make sure this is nicely glued down here, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to put one on the back of the top flap, and then the other one on top of it with the adhesive facing up. And we're going to just put it down and gently pull it up. Good. And then reinforce it. Okay. All right. Now I have all the little papers that I cut. I'm just going to stick them in there. And I'm going to get the crayons, put them in there. Okay. And then I used some ink of Stella, and I just put a little bit of glitter onto the crown. And for the final touch, I'm going to use some of the 2022 to 24 in color matte decorative dots. And we'll use the Starry Sky because I believe that's what's in there. And I'm going to put one right here. And then a little one up there. And another little one over there. And that's it. I think these would be perfect for class favors or for grandkids or kids to keep in your pocketbook for a little surprise when you're waiting at a restaurant, or for party favors. I really love it. I think it's the cutest. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, my email is below. Also, I also want to tell you that 2 packs of Tic Tacs will fit in, and also a Kit Kat bar. So if you wanted to give a little gift, you could put a Kit Kat bar and a gift card or a gift certificate or two Tic Tacs, or any candies like that would fit in there nicely. All right, the measurements are on my blog, which is linked below, and everything else is linked below to join, to my online store, and to my blog. All righty, I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.